Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2020, I think, a Palisade. Customer complained that there's a malfunction or cluster. It says shift by wire or um, electronic shifter error or something like that. I can't really remember what it says in the cluster, but I did a full system scan right now. The battery is totally dead. I put a, what do you call that, a charger on it right now, but I saved some fault there. So the first scan that I got was we got a lost communication with the generator module. No, this, I think this is the second one. Let me go to the first one first, because I made it start and drove the vehicle downstairs. So yeah, we got a SW system error that's pending, data EEPROM not valid or hardware defect, transmission range sensor circuit short to ground, EPB incomplete. So there's a bunch of codes, ignition low voltage. And the second full system scan, because I cleared that because I saved it, the second full system scan that I did after it started and I drove it down, I noticed I got a check engine light after driving it down, and our battery light on was what do you call that, was illuminated there in our cluster. So of course, because the battery light was on, we got a lost communication with our generator control module. Same thing, we guess still have the SDW system error, battery voltage low, and we got the Navi option mismatch. So I'm gonna put a booster for now. Let's go through the data first and see what can we see on our transmission area, right? Because earlier I can move all this from park, reverse, neutral, driver. By the time it give me that warning message, I can't even put in park. I have to shut off the vehicle, right? So let me put our booster first and let's go through our data quick and let's see what's going on this vehicle. Okay, so I put our booster on. I'm gonna start this right now. It's showing park there. Okay, let's start it and see our battery light is on there. So I don't know, because one of the porter told me that they can't even put a booster in it, doesn't even do an ignition on. And I noticed our OG unit is not working. Let's see if our okay, that's working. Our wiper is working. So let's just turn on whatever we have. Our windows is working because I pulled that up. So I'm gonna go reverse. So that's what's going on. Don't worry about the parking sensor. I have to deal with that. It didn't say in the work order, but I have to jot it down. So this is what I'm talking about, that I can go through with the, okay, there you go. So shifter system malfunction. It says drive D. It's in D, it's flashing, so I can't do anything on that one, right? As you can see, neutral, so I have to shut it off and restart it back on. Oops. Let's see if I can restart it. What does it show? Okay, it says spark. Okay, I can restart that. I noticed when I press the neutral, that's the time it's showed that. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. I just noticed that because I went reverse, it's okay. Drive, that's okay. I'm gonna press neutral right now, and then it shows D there and shifter malfunction. Okay, that's interesting. Only in neutral, right? I'm gonna do that again. Ignition on. It's interesting because neutral and park should be the same. Well, the park, just to start, park and neutral should, you can always start that, but the park system is to engage the parking pole, since this is shift by wire, right? So I'm gonna do that one more time because that's very interesting that I just noticed that when I was moving this. So drive, that's going on drive, and drive, reverse. Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter. So I was in drive and it shows D then. Okay, so it's not only in neutral. When we go ignition on again, and it doesn't even go to accessory mode, does it? Let's see. Press that. Doesn't do anything. See that? Ignition on. It's straight to ignition on, but it's still the same. You have to press it twice, right? So that's what I noticed right now, because that should go to accessory mode. What else? So while ignition on, can I try that? Okay, shifting not met. Neutral. Okay, I can go to neutral right now. Park. Start again. So I'm just gonna leave it like that on park, because last time, the very last time, I pressed the D and there was a malfunction. So let's see. Can I put in drive? Does it show malfunction right now? No. Reverse. Okay, there you go. From drive and then reverse, it shows malfunction. Okay. Oops. Okay, ignition on. Let's go to our data first. This is kind of interesting. Let's go to data. We should be able to communicate to our. Let's go to our. There's a transmission range, right? Let's go to our E-shifter and see what's in there. Okay, so it's just saying 12 volts, feedback light, indicator reverse. The P is 3 volts, reverse R is 5 volts. Okay, I don't know if that helped us. So next will be SCU, so that's the control unit, I think the shifter control unit, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so engine RPM, TPS, APS. So I got non-inhibit switch, sensor 1, sensor 2, motor feedback. Okay, actual lever position P, mill on. Okay, so it looks like, let's go in here first. Let's check this position 1, 2, target lever position, actual. Okay, let's graph that. Start the vehicle. Got okay. Let me try that to refresh. Okay, so okay, you can see there switch position number 2 is jumping around. We're not doing anything right now, we're in park. That's not good. And I had one Santa Fe that when I was trying to wiggle it, it create, I think, the same symptoms right now, but with a battery light on, that's totally different issue. But as you can see right now, switch position 2, it's moving around compared to our sensor 1. So now I'm gonna go for drive first. Oh no, let's go reverse. Let's reverse. That one move a little bit. This guy Stop. It's saying 0 right now. It's still moving. I'm gonna go drive. Okay, so I'm on drive right now. It says P on my cluster. It's P. Okay, that's weird. I'm gonna put in park. That's park. I'm gonna try to reverse again. That's reverse. Earlier we can see that it should go reverse there, and it's not doing anything. Drive, same thing. Neutral. Okay, so he's seeing, but the actual position is not doing anything. And same thing on our position sensor too. It's jumping around. I don't think it should be like that. Okay, so at least we have a clue now that there's something going on. Let me go back here, service information just quickly, and we're just gonna check that location. Okay, that's okay. So shifter system malfunction there right away. So we got here inhibit switch. So there's number 1, number 2. It doesn't say position sensor, but it says signal number 1, signal number 2. We have ground, power. Let's check this. Where's this located? Location. Okay, so we got our SBW motor, and I think underneath of that, that's the position sensor. So that's under the battery. So we're gonna check that. It's 5:05. It's time for me to go. We're gonna continue this tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go back to our SCU unit again. Let's just see, since we got the malfunction right now. Let's see what's the numbers here right now. Okay, so right now sensor 2 is reading 0% up. So I think this is short to ground. So I can't do anything. Let me ignition off. Ignition on again. And still shifter malfunction. Now we don't have the P sign there. What's the location? Because right now it's 0%, right? By the time that it's not 0%, we can see those position. Let me try this again. One more. Oh. Ignition on. Close. Okay, still shifter malfunction. So I don't know, it's maybe because of the heat, because it's been idling for a while already. So at least now we got a direction where to check. For sure we're gonna check our sensor position 2. What's going on there. And yeah, so we'll recheck this tomorrow morning. I have to go. Alright, so we're back with this Palisade. I charged the battery overnight, so I'm just gonna double check. Okay, we got power there, and we get a code for generator not communication. So let's just double check this guys here. No light there. I have a light there, no light there. So either we got the blown fuse here. So we're gonna check that, but at least we got a fully charged battery now. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna remove this airflow trim here. Let's go into the airbox, battery tray, and we're gonna access our position sensor. Okay, so I remove our battery tray there, and there's 4 12mm bolts and 2 10mm. So our position sensor will be that guy there.
and we're just gonna be very careful on this one, since we saw our signal that was like very erratic, right? Last time I had like this was, I remember, if I remember correctly, on a Santa Fe there was still a small harness going in there. But since we see this, there's a bracket here, we can't really do anything about that. So I'm gonna put a jumper, like a booster, right? So that we just have at least power in this vehicle. And we're just gonna gently touch that connector there while monitoring that data and see what we'll have. Okay, so I'm just loading up my scan tool right now. Okay, so we got position 1, position 2. Let's graph that. You can see here in my position 2, it's not erratic at all. It's just reading 82%. And like before, it was jumping around until it went to 0. So I'm gonna start touching something here. Nothing. Unless do I need to start this vehicle? There's a pipe there. This one's connected in here. There's a small bracket here. And that's all connected down. Down to where? It's going to the harness, to the starter door, this guy. Why? Why doesn't it give me any fault right now? Unless I have to start this vehicle. Let me try starting this vehicle. Why is it doing like that? So it's the same issue still. As you can see there's no accessories. Let's go text again. I'm gonna target actual graph. Okay, so the same feed yesterday. Let's reverse. I can see clearly, like it's moving. No erratic movement there. So I just want to capture it when it's doing something. Unless during my removal of the battery, did I touch something? Because right now I don't have any erratic data right now. And it's moving clearly. You can see position 1, position 2. They just mirror each other. I think that's for redundancy. So if something fails, you know. And yesterday what we had was position 2 was moving very erratic, while our position 1 was just reading steadily, right? So as of right now, there's no erratic signals right now, unless I'm gonna warm this up and see until it fails. No, we don't have any, what do you call that? Any shift by wire or shifter warning message. Let me do a full system scan on this guy here. You notice also right now, as you can see, there are range there. It's moving. I should not move at all. What's going on in this vehicle? Almost done here. So we still have these active codes here for the right rear center sensor fault. That's for parking sensor. We still have this mismatch Navi option. I still can turn on that unit there. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know if that's the main fuse. We still have lost communication to our generator. And as you can see here, SBW system error. It's all in history right now. And like before, it was on pending. So what happened? What happened on this one? Why is not doing anything at all again? Oh, I didn't move anything until I was ready to monitor the data. So what happened last night? Okay, okay, still moving. Let me. Let's see here, where's this going? That's our connector there. E207 and going to EB11. Where's this EB11? Okay, that's the guy there. Oops. So EB11, that's gonna go in here. Okay, let me unbolt this mounting screws here, or bolts. This harness here, if I can. So this harness, where is this going? So I don't know, I noticed this one in our position 2. I know it's reading 82.6 and it's reading 0.5 or something like that. Compared to our position 1, it's just steady 17.5. So I'm just moving this one. So where's that going? I can see the wire from the position sensor. It's gonna go all the way there, but the connection is from there going to our EB11. This is our EB11 here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, this is so weird. Why it's not happening right now? And that's I'm gonna call it like an extension harness. I don't know if there's an extension harness on this one. It's very weird. Okay, so I think it's not happening. I'm gonna turn the vehicle off and start removing here. I'm gonna check that connection. I wanna see if that's the only connection that we have or is what I remember in the Santa Fe was there's another small extension going in, right? So let me turn off the vehicle and then start removing this stuff here. Okay, so before I remove this unit itself, I saw something why I removed this harness. So that's our harness going to our position sensor, and I hope it will capture in the camera. I can see some copper wire there. I think this is touching on this bracket here, because you can see the mark itself like that, right? I don't know if that's gonna capture in the camera, but the mark itself there, where this electrical tape and this plastic cover here. So I'm gonna try, because I can see there a copper wire there. So I'm gonna put our booster again, right? And I'm just gonna touch that copper wire if that's our short to ground for our position sensor. If it is, at least we know now that's our issue, right? And we just have to cover that. Okay, so I grab our data there. Position 2, position 1. It's too bright. The lamp is too bright. I got my test light here. I'm just gonna connect this to the ground and barely touch that suspected copper wire that's exposing on the harness. You know what? Right here, there's a ground there. Where's that guy? I cannot see. There. I can see that. Oops. Okay, there you go. You see that drop? I'm just using a test light right now, so that at least, you know, we're gonna not go direct. At least it's still gonna go to our bulb. I'm touching that copper wire there that's exposed. So right now, as you can see there, 82%. I'm gonna touch that copper wire. There you go. There you go. See that? And then I guess if every time this moves, this harness touching to our, I think in this bracket, because this is under the bracket, this guy. So I guess that's our issue. So I think what I'm gonna do with that is, I wonder if this one was already penetrated with water. So just to double check, I'm gonna take it off, see what's in there. At least if there's corrosion there, we can repair it. If not, we'll just have to cover it again. Okay, so I just removed our connector there, right? And it's very obvious right now that's really damaged there. It's not good. So I'm gonna just cut this tape here. I just want to see inside if there's any more damage in there before we cover this up. Okay, so what wire is that? I guess that's the wire for the position number 2, because I just touched that on the ground. Yeah, so that's the guy there. So far, there's no corrosion, a sign of corrosion, a green thing. But as I can see on other wires, they're all pinched, right? This red one here, that's pinched and starting to expose that. expose that copper wire. But so far there's no break in the wire, it's just pinch. So what I'm gonna do is cover the obvious damaged wire there with liquid electrical tape. So this is what I usually use every time I do a repair on the wiring. And then after that we're gonna cover more with a tape on it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna let that dry and cover with tape. And I think it's either I'm gonna position that properly under this bracket and maybe zip tie it so that it won't move at all, because I think why it's pinched like that, so I think something is, you know, pushing it against. So while waiting for the liquid electrical tape to dry, let's check our main fuse. I don't know if that's the main fuse. I'm gonna double check the electrical wiring diagram. So that's reading 0 ohms right now on my meter, right? You guys can see that. And earlier when we touch our test light, and here we have light, and here we have light, this other end has no light. So just gonna, for sure there's an open circuit, but let's put our, we'll do the beep. Is there a beep here? Oh, okay, that's the beep. Touch the other end, touch this other end, nothing, right? So that's what it says there. Didn't say anything how many amps is there. It's scratched out only. It says 250 amp. Okay, so that's, it says there on our cover. On our cover, on our positive cable, it says there 250 amp alternator. So let's flip that. Let's see it physically. And I can see also some corrosion there, so I'm gonna tell them to, we're gonna clean that. Yeah, look at that. There's our open circuit there. Okay, so I guess our liquid electrical tape right now is dry. Now we're gonna put some tape on it. So if it's a small part like that, I usually put in a small, maybe pan, a stick, or in this case right now, my pocket screwdriver, and we can wrap it around easier. I didn't make this idea, I just saw it one of the YouTube guys. I think specifically I saw it from South Main Auto. Mr. Eric. Anyway, so that's easier to go around. Okay, that's good. There you go. I'm just gonna put this back how it was, like that, and there's a cover here. So I'm gonna wrap around a tape on that. Okay. Now we're gonna put this back. I put this back under this guy. Okay, let's plug in. Where's my... There, this guy here. Okay, so that should not touch. Okay, okay, that's there. So it was touching on this guy here. That should not move. Okay, that's good. So clearly we got an issue with our fuse there. I'm gonna put everything back together, and I'm just gonna quickly check our fuse box here, poke it with a test light, make sure that no other fuses to get blown, right? And yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna poke everything here quickly, make sure that we get all on. Fuse is very off. I don't know, maybe that's for running. So there's a spare. Power tailgate, trailer, right? 10 amp, E-shifter. This one is empty. Okay. What else? Okay, so let me double check the passenger or the inside fuse box. Okay, so let me grab our puller here. $25 amp and a 15 amp. So this one, I don't know if that's blown. No, unless it's not on because our radio doesn't work. How about this 15 amp here? Okay, that's blown. So this guy is blown. It's open circuit. Let me grab a spare one and put it on. Hope that that's our radio. And put this back in. Where was that? 15 amp. Top of 20 amp. Oops. Okay. Now it's loading up right now. Our radio. That's good. So on this car right now, we fixed that damage harness or a wire. Let's just quickly check our data right now. It's not erratic, it's steady. And let's see, because remember that every time I do ignition on, it doesn't go to the accessory. So let's try this. Okay, good. I have that sound now when turning off. Okay, good. It's an accessory mode now. Ignition on. Okay. So that module 9, 15 amp, that's related to that. Let's just quickly go to the data before this battery will be dead. Position 1, position 2, target lever, graph. See that? That's steady, right? Obviously we still have that battery light on because we have an open circuit on that fuse, but right now that's no erratic signal, which is good. Okay, so that's it. That's good that we check our data first. That's very even though we don't have any direction on that yet, at least we see the data that something is not right, and then we move from there. And in this case we found that there's a pinch wire there. It's touching on that bracket where the battery tray sits. So we just repair that wire and some other fuse that's blown. In this case we got the 15 amp fuse for audio unit, and I guess for another components, especially when it's going to the accessory mode, right? And also one main fuse for our alternator. So I'm just gonna end this video here. I'm gonna recommend a new fuse for that, and that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that diagnosis, and let me know what you guys think. And thanks again for watching. See you next time.